There's nothing worse than having someone give you the wrong diagnosis. They'll say, you have a slow metabolism, right? Because you can't lose weight fast. So when you're given this false diagnosis, then you're very susceptible to doing the wrong thing, because then you're going to be focused on trying to find something to boost your metabolism. Well, that doesn't work. In reality, the problem is not a slow metabolism. Let me explain. So what is metabolism? You have all these chemical reactions going in your body, whether you're breaking down food into energy or building things back up into body tissue, like repairing things, like maintaining temperature and eliminating waste. All that is part of metabolism. Some people will tell you to create a negative caloric condition where you're consuming less calories than you're eating, okay? Eat less. And then you need to exercise more. And then after about 6 months of doing this, you haven't really lost a pound. They basically heat up these calories and burn them, okay, in a lab to determine how much energy is in a carbohydrate, fat, and protein. But in the body, in a biological system, things work completely different. You have a lot more complexities going on. Number one, you have hormones, and that's really the missing factor, is the hormone influence over your specific calories. So hormones are basically the communications in your body. And the very important hormone that relates to whether you burn fat or store fat is insulin. So the insulin message is store fat. If insulin goes up, you store fat. If insulin goes down, it's a different message. It's burn fat. So in reality, if insulin is too high, that is going to mimic a slow metabolism, because as soon as you lower it, you start to burn fat. But if that hormone is just a little too high, not only will you not be able to burn fat, but the body's going to enhance the storage of calories into fat. You see, this video is all about focusing in on the real problem, so then you can have an actual solution to fix it. If we know what triggers insulin and how to inhibit it, then you will know how to lose weight. And you're about to find out why that is so different than thinking you have a slow metabolism and you need to speed up your metabolism. It just actually will make things worse. Whether you're taking like caffeine or energy boosters or certain herbs that stimulate your metabolism, they end up burning out your metabolism. So before I get into the triggers, let me just explain what happens when this hormone insulin goes up. You're going to experience several symptoms, okay? You're going to find that you're hungry more often. You're going to crave carbohydrates. You're going to have frequent urination, especially at night. You're going to have a tendency to have more belly fat. You're going to have fatigue. You're going to have cognitive issues because you're going to have brain fog. You're not going to be able to focus as well. Your mood is going to be affected. You might feel more grouchy. You might have more anxiety, and you're definitely going to have more liver fat. And that's really what's creating a spill off into your abdominal area where you have belly fat. You're also going to notice that your set point, okay, that weight that you just can't get below is going to be really stuck, if not raised. So in other words, let's say you do all these different methods of trying to lose weight and you just can't seem to get below 160 or 155. You're just stuck there. Well, that is called a set point. And insulin is really behind the set point, the inability to continue to lose weight. And there's one more really interesting symptom related to this. If your insulin is too high, you will start, or your liver will start making extra sugar, not from sugar from your diet, but from other things like your own fat and protein. That's called gluconeogenesis. Gluco meaning sugar, neo meaning new, genesis meaning the creation of. And you're making new sugars because of a very interesting situation where your insulin has been chronically high for so long. You develop this other condition called insulin resistance, which means your body has to compensate and make more insulin to create the same effect. So you have certain parts of your body where you're expressing symptoms of too much insulin, yet other parts of your body where you're experiencing too little insulin. And one common thing that you see, especially with diabetics that have insulin resistance, which they always do, is this extra production of sugar from your liver. And you usually see it when a person comes off the sugar and then they have high sugars, especially in the morning. And they're like, where is this coming from? Well, it's coming from this insulin resistance situation. All right, so now let's talk about two different things. We'll talk about what triggers insulin and what inhibits insulin. If you understand both sides of the coin, then you personally can control your own weight. Okay, so what triggers insulin? Well, it's carbs. Okay, carbs and definitely sugar. Okay, what inhibits insulin? Low carbs. That's the ketogenic diet.